Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be going over a lot of different scams that are out there, guys. I want to help protect you. I want to identify what the scams are, also how you can prevent them. A majority of the scams are from you providing personal information to the fraudsters. That is one of the absolute biggest ways, guys. But according to the FTC, it is estimated that $8.8 billion was frauded out of individuals within the United States in 2022, which is a 30% increase over 2021, which again is absolutely crazy. It seems like a lot of the fraudsters or the scamsters are getting a lot more desperate. And again, I'm going to go over the scams that we are most likely seeing. The first one is prizes, sweepstakes, and free gifts. So if you get a call saying, hey, you won a prize, you have to pay the taxes. Hey, we have a sweepstakes, you were the winner, congratulations, we want to get you your prize money. They try to get you to send them funds. Like I said before, a majority of times, and this is actually the biggest scam that we are seeing right now, 35% of individuals, this is the scam, guys. We see, hey, you won a lottery in Canada, you won a lottery in the United States, you have to pay your taxes up front and then we'll wire the winnings to you. As soon as you give money to the fraudster, the money is gone. Guys, literally, it is gone. It is crazy how many people do fall for this, but again, it is the biggest one. Losing almost $1 billion alone just within this one is insane. If somebody is on the phone and they contacted you, that is one of the big red flags when it comes to the fraudsters. If they contacted you, chances are they got your information somewhere and they're trying to defraud you. You didn't contact them, they contacted you. Make sure you get legitimate numbers if you're calling back just to see if it is real. Chances are 9 times out of 10, it is not. Next one we look at is phishing and spoofing, guys. This is something that we've seen absolutely incredibly increase. This is almost 17% of the frauds that we're seeing are phishing or spoofing. So what the fraudster is doing is contacting you looking for personal information via text message, via phone call, via email, saying they are from a legitimate place. So they'll be saying they're from Amazon, they're from DTE, they're from Xfinity. They're just fishing for your information. A lot of times they'll fish, hey, where do you bank? What financial institution do you use? How do you do your banking? If anyone is trying to reach out to you with questions, again, do not respond to any of the phone numbers that are in there. Do not respond to any of the emails. Do not click links within the text messages. It will take you to sites that look legitimate. Now, let me say that one more time, guys. When you get a text message on your phone and it says, hey, this is from Xfinity, there's an issue, please click on the message that is in there to take you to our site. If you click the message, you are taken to a site that looks similar to what you're used to seeing or what you're expected to seeing. They are trying to fish, trying to spoof websites. We've seen this with fraud with a lot of different avenues where Facebook has been used linking spoof sites in there that you think are legitimate, that looks legitimate. When you put in your debit and credit card information, the information is now compromised and it is being used. And all of a sudden, your cards are getting red flagged everywhere because of the fraud that we're seeing. Another very big one is the check scams. So, what happens if you meet an individual online or you receive a check in the mail and you question why you received the check? Now, we have seen a lot of individuals that are receiving checks in the mail and they don't know exactly why. When they deposit the check in their bank account, they're instructed to send money back to the fraudsters. Now, again, you can kind of see a common thread when it comes to fraud, guys. They are looking to get money back to them. If you're cashing a check to provide money to someone else, it is a scam. If they're asking you to buy gift cards, it is a scam. No institution is going to have you buy gift cards to deliver them gift cards to pay for things like to cover the cost of different things, guys. Again, it is a scam. If somebody is asking you to do something, one, usually for a lot of individuals, you'll get that weird feeling that something isn't right, that they're fishing for information or there's some logic behind there. Some of the fraudsters are really good, but most of the time you will see that, especially with these check scams, they will send you the check. It'll say, hey, keep X amount of dollars for you, send the rest back to us as a courtesy or to cover this or for people helping people or to pay it forward. There's been a ton of check scams. Also seen this a lot through different social media platforms. That's where they target a lot of individuals. Because even if you have something like Facebook, Facebook has a lot of information on there, including photos, things of that nature, that they have access to, from pictures of kids, pictures of grandkids. A lot of personal information is going onto social media platforms, which makes it a lot easier for the fraudsters to really get a hold of things that you may have. Now, a couple of the more complex scams, investment scams, where you think you're going to make a lot of money back. This includes cryptocurrency scams. Now, we've seen this where, hey, I'm going to make $1 million on cryptocurrency. I just have to put in and send this person $500, and so far, I'm gonna get a lot of money back. If it sounds too good to be true, the chances are it is. Make sure, guys, again, if it sounds questionable, if it sounds fishy, if it doesn't sound legitimate, that you're going to give him $500, he's going to give you back $1 million. It is. It is too good to be true, guys. It's kind of crazy to think, that an individual, and I know, again, it sounds great and it sounds tempting that you're going to see all these really big returns with minimal to no investment. It's just like when you're over on, YouTube, or you see a lot of people that are like, oh, well, in 1 year I went from $0 to $17 million, and this is what I did. That's not normal. You're talking about if it really happened, the legitimacy of that really happened is probably one in an astronomical number, like hitting the lotto. That's definitely a way that you could do it. But again, if you're looking at investment scams, guys, make sure the legitimacy of your investment advisor, which you can online, make sure the legitimacy of the investment, and also know the person that you're investing in. If you're going with a company, do your research, guys. I cannot stress this enough, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency, things of that nature, is knowing exactly what you're getting into and knowing what the probability of actually earning money or losing money is going to be. Crypto market, of course, is incredibly volatile. Chances of earning money in there, you have to time things really, really well. And a lot of people, an incredible amount of people, lost billions and billions of dollars in the crypto market, decided to get out, and then it is completely gone. And finally, guys, we're just going to cover a couple other smaller scams that we're seeing. Computer equipment, software, things of that nature. People actually using the technology to get into your computer, to get into your online banking. When you see things like fraud alerts from your financial institutions that say, hey, never provide your information to anyone, period. No usernames, no passwords, no one-time pins, no temporary passwords, nothing. Do not provide your information to anyone. Like I said before, guys, this is the one way that fraudsters are getting in. It is really the by far biggest way, is providing or being part of the transaction. Protecting your personal information. Your personal information is yours yourself. Do not give that to anyone unless you reached out to contact someone. If someone is phishing, if someone is contacting you to get personal information, do not give them anything. Shut it down at that point, guys. That is the point of contact, that you do not want to give out your personal information, regardless of where they say. If they say they're from your financial institution, hang up the phone, call your financial institution. If they say they're from Amazon, if they say they're from anyone else that you use products and services, hang up the phone, call them back on a number that you know is legitimate, that you found yourself, and investigate if it is a legitimate claim, if it is something that they're trying to reach out. Now, recently, what we've been seeing a lot of text messages on my phone saying to upgrade my phone, but they're not coming from my cell phone provider, which is pretty shady. So actually, when you go through the link, it doesn't take you to the Verizon page. It takes you to another page that looks kind of similar to Verizon, but I know it is not legitimate just looking at the page. Spending some time and research kind of to go through there and check it out. It is not legitimate whatsoever. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Again, personal information is yours, guys. Do not provide it to anyone who calls, anyone who texts, anyone who emails. It is up to you to really provide and protect your personal information. Actually, just seen an article yesterday that Chase Bank is not refunding a lot of the fraud that has been going on. And the reason behind that is the individual is participating in part of the fraud, even though it is legitimate fraud, um, because of the manner that fraudsters are getting your information, you have to make sure that your financial institution is going to protect you in its entirety when it comes to these fraud situations, guys, because it is getting bad out there. Like they said over on the FTC, $8.8 billion in fraud, up 30% from last year. And of course, they're targeting the elderly. Almost 40% of these fraud cases came from people that were 55 and older. So even not really elderly at that point, but they are taking advantage of people who have money, who spent their life savings and things of that nature. And they are trying to lure, again, $8.8 billion out of there in fraudulent transactions. Again, guys, that'll do it for today's video. If you haven't considered subscribing to the channel, go ahead and do that now. And as always, thank you guys for watching.